What does it look like to live in the belief that life is always working out for me? Always. So when one door closes, I know that it is a redirection to another door with a more aligned opportunity. And when I can live in that knowing, in the knowing that life is always working out for me, that life is guiding me, life is guiding my path and my evolution, and I'm not here to walk anyone else's path. I am here to carve my own path. And so, what does that look like? Well, first of all, it's getting rid of the conditioned beliefs, ideas from society, religion, family, culture of what a successful life is, of what my life should look like. Releasing the conditioning of who you are not, to come home to connect to your truth. And the more we release the ideas that we have, that I should have a partner by this age, that I should be making X amount of money by this age, that I should have bought a house by now because all my friends have a house, or whatever these ideas are, can you drop into? Can you be with your life right here, right now, in this moment, without needing or wanting anything to change, knowing it's going to change, it's going to evolve. Change is the only, what's that saying? Change is the only consistency. Thing that stays the same is that we're always changing. You know what I'm talking about. So your life's going to evolve. It's going to expand. It's going to grow because you're on a growth journey. And can you be right here, right now, in this moment, with everything in your life, and allow and tune in, tap into the beauty that is already here. Look at this beautiful little kitty and greenness outside and the sunshine. So much beauty is here. And when you focus on the beauty, on the gifts that are here in this moment, when you can connect to your joy in this moment, your aliveness, and aliveness doesn't live in the past, aliveness doesn't live in the future. To be connected to your aliveness, you need to be here in the present, in the now. And change only happens in the now. So if we're always in our minds planning for the future, if we're always in our minds thinking of the change that's going to happen in the future, we're not present. And if we're always in our minds thinking of the past, if we're shackled by the way we have been in the past, by our past circumstances, by the things that have happened to us in the past, we are not in the now. And we came here to live life. And to live life, we must be here, not in our minds, in the aliveness of this moment, and to be in tune with our bodies, to be connected to our joy and our aliveness and the things that light us up, to be aware of what brings us energy, gives us energy, to be aware of the things that drain our energy, that disconnect us. And the more we can focus our energy, our attention, the more we can set up our lives to be full of things that inspire us, that give us energy, that connect us to our soul, to our truth, to our joy, to our aliveness, then we're tuned in. When you're connected to your body, when you're connected to your heart, when you're connected to your soul, then you hear those little nudges. Then you feel the inspiration. You're in tune with the life force energy that is flowing through you. You're in tune with where the energy is moving you in this moment. And surrender, can we fully allow life to unfold, not the way that my conditioned mind thinks it should, thinks it needs to? Can I be in the adventure? Can I be in the excitement of the adventure versus the fear of the unknown? Can we switch the fear of the unknown into the excitement of the adventure that's always unfolding in new and exciting ways that I could have never imagined, because I'm flowing with life and I trust the flow of life. I'm in a river and I've let go of the sides and I'm floating down. And I don't know exactly where I'm going. I don't know if it's going to be left or right at this next junction, but I trust life, and I trust life to guide me in the direction that I am meant to be. And then we can surrender to a deeper level, into that knowing that life is guiding me, that life is unfolding exactly as it should, that I am exactly where I'm meant to be. So when I can be here right now with it all, not being here wanting it to change, not being here wanting me to be somewhere else, but fully meeting this moment. Knowing it will change, it will evolve. And I can enjoy this moment. I can enjoy this chapter fully, knowing there's another chapter coming. Always. Nothing lasts forever. So let me be right here, right now in this chapter fully. Let me enjoy the gifts of this chapter, the gifts of singlehood, fully enjoying the freedom of just having to think about yourself and your needs in singlehood, and to be excited for your soulmate that's coming, for the divine union and partnership that's coming, while knowing that will lead to amazing, beautiful things and challenges and the deepest confrontations with our shadows and parts of ourselves we don't accept, and the beautiful possibility to grow and expand in new ways. And can I be here, right now, fully in this chapter, and the gifts that are here in this chapter? Because when we can be in this moment, and when we can enjoy the gifts and the opportunities that are here in this chapter, then we're in the frequency of gratitude. We're in the frequency of flow. We're in the frequency of allowing. And the future frequency, the future joys, and the future gratitudes, and the future gifts are an energetic match. But if I'm here wanting to be there, wanting the next chapter, I'm actually separating, because I'm telling myself that future that I want is not here. I'm in lack. There's a gap. I'm here and I want to be there. And so we actually push it further away. And instead of focusing on the gifts of this chapter, I'm focusing on what I don't have, the things that I don't have that I want to get to. And I think so many of us do this, I definitely, and it can be subtle. And you can enjoy the present chapter while there can be a subtle undercurrent of wanting to get there, wanting to get to the next thing, instead of fully being here, fully surrendering and to the moment, allowing it to unfold one petal at a time. And I think that's one of the keys to enjoying the journey, is when we can stop trying to get somewhere else. With the knowing, like, change is the only constant. That's the same. Change is the only constant. So my life is going to evolve. I'm on a growth journey. I'm always growing, learning, expanding, evolving. Of course, it's going to change. So let me fully be in this chapter. Let me fully enjoy all the beauty and gifts that are here, because it's not going to last forever. And when I'm in that next chapter, I'm going to look back and be like, oh, wasn't that such a great chapter? Oh, and I miss those moments, you know? So let me be here fully in this chapter, enjoying the beautiful things, using the challenges, the opportunities to grow, to up level, to expand, knowing that each chapter in life, it's not a there. Each chapter has beautiful parts, has challenging parts. The more we expand and grow, the challenges expand and grow, because we're able to hold more. So if we're able to hold more, of course, we have new, bigger challenges in order for us to expand more, in order for us to grow more. Because we came here to grow, we came here to experience. So can we let go of those conditioned ideas, any idea of how my life should look? Can I fully be in tune with life? Allowing life to guide my way, co-creating with life, co-creating with my joy and my aliveness, and allowing life to guide me. Knowing that I am exactly where I'm meant to be. And when I'm fully right here, right now, in this moment, there is no suffering. When I'm fully allowing everything as it is, knowing it's gonna shift, right? It's not accepting and I'm gonna stay here for the rest of my life. But can I shift from acceptance versus shift from dissatisfaction? Because when we make changes from dissatisfaction, that frequency of dissatisfaction, the changes you make are then in that frequency, and you're going to attract more dissatisfaction in your life. But when you can be with it all, with acceptance, with love, with joy, with gratitude, the changes you're going to create, the decisions, the choices, the actions from allowing it all, from being grateful. If I'm grateful for everything I already have, then the changes I make, the things I'm going to bring in, are in that same frequency of there's going to be more things that I fully enjoy and gratitude. So, can you be with everything in this moment? Knowing that there are things you love, that are maybe some things you don't love in your life. Knowing that the next chapter is going to be things you love and things you don't love. So we can choose to focus on the beauty and the gifts of each chapter, or we can choose to focus on the things we don't like in each chapter. And that's a choice, because there's both. There's always the good and the less good. Anywhere you live, there's good things about where you live. There's not such good things anywhere, everywhere. So do I choose to focus and enjoy all the good things that are here and in each place? Or do I choose to focus on all the things that I'm not happy with, that I don't like here? And we can retrain ourselves. We can create a list. What are all the, and whether that's this chapter is singlehood and you're calling in your soulmate, or this chapter is you have a small business and you're expanding into a bigger business. But what are all the good things of having a small business? The freedom, people relying on you. There's less pressure. There's so many good things that when you move up, yes, you're gonna have more money. You're gonna have more impact, and you're gonna have more responsibility. There's maybe gonna be more stress, maybe not, doesn't have to be, right? But so a good exercise, like, what are all the beautiful things? What are all the gifts of this chapter that I'm in? And the chapter I'm moving to, you can write a list. What are all the gifts of this the chapter that I think? And what are the not such good things of that chapter too? Or the challenging things? And so then coming back to this chapter, can I focus on the gifts here? Because what we focus on expands. And the more I focus on the beautiful things, the more space I allow and energy I give for those things to expand. And when I'm focusing on the good things, I'm in the frequency of gratitude. I'm in the frequency of acceptance. I'm in the frequency of love. And that's the frequency to attract more of that. So where are you resisting what is? Where are you telling yourself that you should be further ahead in? What in your life are you telling yourself that you shouldn't have, or see it? And then can you be here? Because our resistance to what is what causes most of the pain. And once you're here, allowing it all, allowing the full experience in the present moment, then you're connected to here, the now. And in the here and the now is where we can create the change, not in the future, not in the past. So when you're fully dropped into this moment, then you get the ideas. You're in tune with the nudges, with the inspirations. And when we allow ourselves to just take one inspired, divinely guided step at a time, without needing to see the whole stairwell, but just taking that first step. And when you take that first step, you're going to get the next inspired step. And then that's flowing with life. When we think that we got to plan the whole stairwell and all of the steps, like, that's the ego, that's the mind. And it never goes as planned. And then we get frustrated when we don't hit the goal that we think we should be hitting. So when you let go of attachment, when you flow with life, when you give yourself the freedom to just take one inspired step at a time, unattached to what it should look like, trusting, knowing that life is guiding you in the right direction, then it becomes a lot more fun. There's a lot more spaciousness for joy, for levity, because if it goes in a different direction, okay, I trust that this is the more aligned direction for me. But when I'm attached to it going in a certain direction and it doesn't, then I suffer. Then I call myself a failure and I'm critical, or whatever our patterns are, right? But when we flow with life with openness, with spaciousness, for allowing it to be whatever it's meant to be, knowing, trusting, and our primary purpose is to experience. Our primary purpose is to We're consciousness experiencing, to experience life. And you're here to experience life in a different way than me. And I'm here to experience life in a different way to someone else. And can we learn and can we grow and can we evolve through each chapter, through each step? That's the win. That's the success. Not whether you hit the goal, the arbitrary goal or not. Are you learning? Are you evolving? Are you expanding? That's the win. And then in that perspective, in that framework, there's a lot more spaciousness for getting things wrong, for making a mistake, for not hitting the goal. There's spaciousness to just be, to evolve, to flow, to learn, to grow, to move with life. So, what's a way you can connect more deeply to your joy, to your aliveness? What are the things that add joy, that add aliveness? What's something that drains your energy, a person, a place, a thing that you can get rid of? What's an exercise that you can connect to your knowing? You can hear that nudge, that inspiration. Some of us, it's just being in nature, contemplating. Some people, it's meditating. Some of us, it's journaling, just allowing the thoughts to come through. Going for a walk. Some people in the shower. Find your way to connect to your inner guidance, to hear those nudges, those inspirations. Give yourself the space. And then test it out. Flow with life, flow with those nudges, and see how it is for you.